It is with great pleasure that we introduce to you Teogenes Bravo. Teogenes has been awarded the honor of salutatorian, which means that he has achieved the second highest grade point average in the class of 2020.
Es con gran placer que introducimos a Teogenes Bravo. Teogenes ha sido galardonado con el premio al segundo lugar académico, lo que significa que él ha alcanzado el segundo promedio más alto de calificaciones en esta clase de graduación del 2020.
In the 5th grade, I wasn't the brightest kid out there. As a matter of fact, I didn't care for school at all. I would constantly slack off, I would mislead my parents that I did my homework, and in general, I didn't take school life very seriously. I bring all this up because throughout my many years in CASA, I've been asked one question, and that was, if you were to constantly slack off in 5th grade, then how did you come here? And well, yes, most of the times I would just joke around. I never really thought of an answer until now. And my answer is, I just put my mind to it. You see, when the 5th grade ended, I was lucky to barely pass. And when my mom saw my report card, she was very upset at me. So I decided to promise her that when middle school started, I would try and get good grades. And that was my original mindset at the time, that I was going to be an average student and go to high school. But I didn't realize my potential until after 6th grade. That's when I decided that I no longer wanted to be an average student, I wanted to be a top student. So when 7th grade started, I decided to continuously work hard so then I could be the best that I could be. Many might wonder, what is the whole point of the story? And it's to show multiple students that nothing is truly impossible if you put your mind to it. I would like to close this off with a quote from my favorite filmmaker, Martin Scorsese, and it's, "You can do anything, make your own industry." And while yes, we are talking about the real world and not cinema, I believe that that quote can speak to so many people, whether they are filmmakers or not. And it's once again showing that nothing is truly impossible. I would like to thank my entire family from here in Queens all the way to Mexico. I heard that some of them cried when they heard me becoming salutatorian, but they don't know that without their constant love and support, I wouldn't be here. I would like to thank my class for being with me all the way in the start and for very much preparing me for high school. I would like to thank my teachers for constantly teaching me new things, and I would like to thank the CASA staff for making my experience there all the more memorable. I wish every graduate a wonderful time in high school, and I am very grateful to be where I am today, and I never thought that I'd be here ever in my life. Thank you.
We are so happy to present to you Madeline Gallardo. She has been awarded the honor of valedictorian, which means she has achieved the highest grade point average across the class of 2020.
Estamos encantados de presentar a Madeline Gallardo. Madeline ha sido galardonada con el premio al primer lugar académico, lo que significa que ha alcanzado el promedio de calificaciones más alto de esta clase de graduación del 2020. décimo grado.
Here we are, finally at a huge milestone we never thought to reach. When we first stepped into the school, we never thought that 3 years would go so fast in the blink of an eye. These are our final moments before some of us go our separate ways. We knew this would eventually happen, and when you actually stop and think about it, it's hard to comprehend. For me and for some of you, we start to look back on all the memories and experiences we had since that very day we stepped foot into our first homeroom class. For some of us, remember the dances where we were just singing our heads out and dancing until our legs couldn't hold us anymore. For others, it's the field trips, having a little so-called freedom from work and enjoying new places with our friends. Overall, we were 61% nervous and 39% ready for all the challenges that lay ahead. When we started 8th grade, everything was fine for the first few days or weeks, and then suddenly we started getting stressed about high school applications and deadlines. With all this, we also had to keep up with homework assignments and tests. We desperately wanted to take a break, and we began complaining that we just didn't want to go to school anymore. The days were so long and sometimes a little boring. Then it was March 16th, and everything changed drastically for everyone. We found out we had to remain in our house and learn from home at least until April 20th. Then the governor told us instead it was until the end of the school year. After hearing all this, now we wanted to go back to school and miss school even more, ironically. We were officially in quarantine, confused and scared of what was going to happen. During this quarantine, it allowed us to learn new things by ourselves, become more independent, and discover new talents and skills we didn't know we had. Even if some of these skills were watching our phones only 14 hours a day and trying to break that record. Teachers, students, and parents alike had to adapt to this big change. I want to say thank you to our principal, Ms. Hurt, and all our teachers who have been with us through this adventure. All the work you do is amazing. I don't know how you do it all. You have really made an impact on all these students, and I hope you continue to make an impact on future students to come. Of course, I also want to thank my parents, who have worked so hard to get me ahead and get me going through the right path in life. They have always told me to be responsible, independent, and have a positive attitude even in difficult circumstances. I ask you to try and do the same. I know it may seem hard along the way, but don't give up. Continue to persevere in whichever your chosen path is, whether it's arts, science, or technology. Class of 2020, despite of all this, we were able to persist and continue on with our school year. I know it's definitely not the same as we imagined, but despite this global pandemic, we should be very proud of ourselves and recognize just how powerful each one of us is for making it this far. It's not all bad. I continue to say it. We are doing the best that we can do. And if it means having our graduation online instead of no graduation, I would prefer online. This is a situation that helps us develop more strength from within. So in the words of Oprah Winfrey, where there is no strength, there is no struggle. Thank you. Quiero decir algunas palabras a mis padres. Quiero agradecer a mis padres por apoyarme y estar aquí conmigo a pesar de las circunstancias. Gracias por el tremendo amor que me dan y por lo duro que trabajan. De verdad me ha enseñado a esforzarme en todo lo que hago y trabajar duro por lo que quiero hacer. Estoy aquí por ustedes y me siento muy feliz de ser su hija. Y ese triunfo se lo dedico a ustedes. Gracias.